I think she's tired out. But I guess this is what she does all day. When Carolyn was here, she said she would sleep most of the time. But the best thing about this, when she's sleeping or when she's all calm like this, she's so soft. Look at those little ears. Oh, they're so nice. Here, cover your eyes. There. Now the sun won't get in, or the light won't get in. She's such a good girl. Okay, I know I just did a tour of my garden, but what I want to show you is what I did. I mentioned that I had a few weeds in there, and so this morning I felt really ambitious on my day off, and so I went after some of the weeds. It's amazing how many weeds I pulled out of there. So here we go. There's one little pile there. See all these here. Also, I wanted to show how fast changes occur in a garden. Look how the dill has gotten. And I really like the looks of it because it looks like a real fine leaf fern out here. Kind of cool. Okay, got the weeds. Now ready for this. Oh, and the canna. The canna are blooming, starting to bloom. And the clematis continues to grow prolifically, which is pretty awesome. And I found that columbine. There it is. Right there. That columbine down in there. Okay, here's some more weeds. Look at that. That's a whole box. There's a whole pile. I've decided to start organizing. Here's some more. Start organizing my milkweed and leaving it in clumps rather than having it just totally spread out. So I pulled a bunch of milkweed out of the middle of this hosta. Oh, I see a great big weed back there that I gotta get yet. This hosta is providing the shade for the root of this humongous clematis. And I will try to remember to get a good picture of it this fall when it is in bloom, and you can all smell it. If you pull your phone real close to your nose, you can smell it. I'll show you the rest of the weeds I pulled. Okay, the hosta are continuing to bloom. Just love it. These little light green guys, I cannot remember the name of them. They've grown a lot since we last had a little walk through the garden. And my elephant ears are getting bigger. Nothing like they were last year. I don't know why. I did get things in super late this year. It just wasn't good weather. So I think that has a lot to do with it. So here we go. These are daisies, little miniature daisies I planted by seed. They kind of went crazy. Here's that lone little elephant ear over there. He's got two and a little tiny one there. Still don't know what's wrong with that hosta. He may have to find a new place to live next year if he survives this summer. Okay, we're continuing on. This guy's really huge. I'd love to split him out. See how big he is. I'd love to split him out. I can't. He has grown in among the tree roots. And unfortunately, this poor tree here is dying. Anyway, that was happening long before I ever planted my hosta there. I am so afraid we're going to lose this tree. We are going to lose this tree. We're going to lose this tree, and I'm going to lose half of my hosta garden. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been thinking about putting up some sort of screen to shade the hosta so they don't get tons of direct sun. I also have a corabelle. You can see the blooms off the corabelle here hiding down in there, so I need to move that. I have a coneflower, euthanasia, is that what it's officially called? Just showed up there. That's okay, I'll take it. Living in the shade, so not growing real fast. Here I have a little green and white hosta with one bloom on it. I need to move because it's kind of getting overshadowed by these humongous hosta. What I wanted to show you was a type of Lazy Susan I have in my other little patch. So we'll go over there. Haha, I said Lazy Susan. It's not a Lazy Susan, it's a Black-Eyed Susan. This is a different kind of Black-Eyed Susan. I hope I can get in to show you how the petals are. They're kind of like a tube. Can you see that? They're kind of like a tube. They're really cool. They're not as vibrant as the regular Black-Eyed Susan, which I'm disappointed in, but I love the uniqueness so much that I just let it grow. But it really grows to be a big girl there. And then over here, the bee balm is doing its job. I don't know if you can see. We've got some bees on there. It's so vibrant and pretty. I love it. And it's spreading out, so I'll be able to share come spring or move it somewhere else, which is fun. And then see how my milkweed is starting to fall over. So like I said, I'm gonna try to manage it better, keeping about 6 to 10 milkweed in a clump, and I think I can do that, removing those two so that my husband doesn't have to mow around them, or I don't have to mow around them. I kind of wanted to wait until the seed pods were ripe before I pulled those two big guys out, so I could go throw the seed pods out along the highway and hopefully they take hold and grow. And this is I think this is a Coreopus. Is that how, am I saying it right? But it's a fern leaf. So look how fine those leaves are. I like the fine, ferny looking stuff. And then the massiveness of the hosta too, together. Maybe I'm a little strange. So here is another big box of weeds. It's amazing. I think I had more weeds than flowers in there. That's an aster. I can't wait till it blooms this fall. So there's a daylily, kind of a peach rather than your typical yellow. A little bland for my personality, but I'm gonna have to split that thing up too because it's getting a little out of control. My hope to later this, maybe today or tomorrow, is to give you a little peek at my vegetable garden. I've not been over there for a while because there's snakes over there and my husband's been tending to it, but he says we might have beans pretty soon, which again is very late. So I'm hoping we get enough beans to can enough for the winter for my husband and I, and then my one son. My other kids don't like green beans, so they won't really care. Okay, thanks for coming along with me on this updated garden tour, and we'll keep an eye on how things progress. Okay, one more funny on me. I'm trimming away, trying to give this shrub here a haircut, and my clippers broke. So that kind of reminds me how my bangs looked when I was a little girl and my mom would cut my hair or my grandma would cut my bangs. Not always did it come out like we had intended. So I guess I could say those are the early 60s home cut bangs style.